Say hi! We're now on live.
Hi everyone, good
Hi.
morning. Good morning guys. Good morning Shirley.
Good morning, Raf. This is a very, very exciting day for all of us.
Yes, I am excited as well. This is going to be an interesting topic.
Mm,
For the past days, we've been discussing about minimalism, about financial proofing your life, or being able to go through the crisis. We had Jan join us
yeah.
2 days ago, and it was a very informative and powerful episode. And a lot of other topics. This day, we are going to address finance again. However, in a new lens, we're going to have these two amazing guys, these two amazing people who are founders of movements when it comes to helping millennials become financially free and independent uh, in life. So, right now, when it comes to finance, Shirley, di ba sobra talaga tayong naapektuhan? Are you affected as well? I think all of us, when it comes to mga SMEs, were affected by this.
Yes. Oo. Agree, Ralph. And the anxiety that it brings na wala kang, hindi mo alam kung ang dami mong expenses pero huminto yung source of income mo. It's really like something na talagang hindi magpapatulog sa'yo sa gabi. So siguro kahit mag-meditate ka, kahit siguro mag-clear ka ng mind mo and everything, lalo na pagka nararamdaman mong kumakalam na yung sikmura mo at hindi mo alam kung mag-extend ba tong lockdown na to or we don't have any clear path pa sa ngayon eh. That's why it's very important that they listen to this topic because our
Right.
two bright millennials will gonna, give us some advices for
That's
this.
true. And you know what? One segment talaga that is very affected by this are the millennials, the generation of the millennials. Diba? At saka yung mga Generation Z. Kasi I'll be honest, I'm part of the millennials, and of course you Shirley, you're also still in
Yes.
the millennials segment. And diba,
Nakasabit ako, Ralph.
we have this reputation na we have disposable incomes when we receive our hindi talaga tayo ganun ka wise when it comes to where to put it because we value experiences more and travel and other
Mhm.
of these expenses na kaya during this time mapapaparally think ka talaga like oh my talagang I need to get my parents help, get other people's help because I was not able to prepare myself for this pandemic.
That's true, Ralph. Kasi we have this kind of mindset na YOLO. You only live
YOLO.
once. Oo.
So ngayon, oh no. Diba? Like, so ngayon, na-excite ako kasi I'm excited to learn from these two because these
Mhm.
guys, they're young ha, pero they are able to uh, build these movements and they're also influencing, empowering this generation. So
Yeah.
let's introduce them. Okay, we have the founder of Bright Millennials. Before building this community, he is a chemical engineer by profession and he entered the financial services. He's now 3 years in the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Romnick Sarmienta of this generation. Joke lang. Let's welcome Garett Maralit. Hi, brother.
Hi guys. Una-una sino nga ba? Sino ba 'yun?
Alam niya ni Shirley na paaga yung picture sa
Anyway,
gano'n.
thank you Ralph and Shirley. Thank you for having us here in NBU. Sana maka-help yung insights namin for our audience today.
Definitely, man. So much to learn from you. I also have here the founder of the Financial Passionates. Oh, I got it right. And she is a graduate of ComSci. She has 4 years of experience in the corporate, and then she entered the financial industry. Now she's a full-time in the financial service industry. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the passionate Louis Baarde. Hi, Louis.
Hi. Thank you so much for inviting us, sir. Thank you, Miss Shirley.
Yes,
Hope we can
definitely.
add value this morning.
Oh, definitely. We're going to secrete a lot of values from you guys. Talagang kailangan we are going to discuss about this topic. We're going to go to many directions. But first of all, let's ask. I'm gonna ask you guys. People, especially millennials, tayo ngayon, like anybody else, we're fearful. We feel this weight during this pandemic. What do you think exactly is happening with millennials now? What are they starting to realize because of this pandemic? Let's start with you, Gareth.
Ako personally, I realized that these things, yung mga emergencies, yung crisis, it actually happened eh. Kasi back then when we were trying to preach this to people like, hey, you have to prepare kasi uncertainties may come, emergencies may come, the idea is very abstract eh. Kasi we grew up in a world na parang okay naman lahat, di ba? Good times eh. Parang ngayon lang tayo nakaranas, at least yung generation, ngayon lang tayo nakaranas ng medyo gantong crisis. So now, it's a more concrete example of crisis na it actually happens. And we might not be prepared kasi nga as you've said kanina, we spend on things that we value and there's nothing really wrong about that. Pero baka hindi natin din na prioritize yung preparations for things like this kasi nga we didn't really expect this.
Yes, that's true. It's very ngayon visceral na yung experience nila. It's so visceral, they're locked down for weeks now. Diba? How about you, Louie?
I realized the uneven distribution of wealth globally and in the Philippines. Kasi the pandemic is the great equalizer, but still, at least parang more people are trying to do their best to spread or to contribute. Like a lot of NGOs or groups and individuals do their best to donate and to raise funds to help our frontliners and to help people na ngayon na parang nahihirapan with their finances, di ba? And a lot of experts share their education for free online, and a lot of people na with their talent, they spread positivity. So parang nakita ko pa rin dito, despite the pandemic, is yung bayanihan. So those na parang na talagang na alagaan nila din yung finances nila, they try their best to spread that sa mga may kailangan. So despite the uneven distribution of wealth. Yeah.
That's true. Actually, talagang marami kang nare-realize dito sa pandemic na to. You can really see how we're all disturbed by this. And especially the millennials, they're also disturbed by this. What did you guys learn from this pandemic na ngayon, especially in the financial context, personal finance context, na this is something I should have done before? How about you, Garett?
Ako personally, dito na naging apparent no na the basics are actually important. Itong basics kasi on a normal day, these are very boring to discuss eh. Like cash flow management, how do you budget your money? 'Di ba? Ang boring yan gawin eh. Ang boring mag-allocate ng budget, ang boring gumawa ng budget. Even yung emergency funds, 'di ba? Very basic principle yung emergency fund. But on a normal day, parang yun nga, as I've said kanina, very abstract yung idea dahil hindi pa natin siya na-experience before na hindi natin siya nagawa, hindi tayo nakapag-prepare. And now, kung wala tayong emergency fund, doon na nagsisink in sa atin yung stress eh. Doon na nagsisink in sa atin yung anxiety. Since we did not prepare for this, how are we going to survive this? And yun nga, di ba matatapos na sana yung quarantine by April 12. Pero what if hindi? What if?
Bakit hindi ba bakit hindi nga talaga tayo, especially sa mga millennials, nakikisali talaga ako, bakit hindi tayo nag-i-impact? Why is it not a priority for us to take care of the emergency fund? Why didn't we really build it or took care of it before pa? Anong problema natin? Ano bang mindset ng millennials ba?
I think hindi din kasi naturo sa school yung financial education. Parang you need to educate yourself sa sarili mo with all the resources online. Kaya parang hindi siya naging immediate mong iisipin pag nag-start ka mag-work.
So sa inyong dalawa na Garett and Louie, parang we all know na parang as this time goes, you're very educated in terms of financial lit, no? So ano yung naging nyo, parang inspiration nyo na mag-prepare for this? Like I think most of the millennials talaga is living in the YOLO concept, no? Pero kayo, ano yung nag-push sa inyo to, I have to save money? Or I have to educate myself in terms of finances?
Sino na? Siguro ako na lang. First off, kasi panganay ako eh. So, kung kunwari meron mga other needs aside dun sa kailangan ko on my own, syempre I have to help out in the family. And I'm also trying to build in my family in the future. So I have all these kumbaga yung key term dito, yung key point dito is yung goals mo. You have life goals. Lahat naman tayo may mga pangarap tayo sa buhay eh. So if we have those in mind, yun nga lagi nating sinasabi, 'di ba? We have to start with the end in mind. We have to know our why, 'di ba? Super cliche niyan, pero it also applies to finance eh. Itong why mo, yung goals mo, this would prompt you, this would motivate you to actually save and invest for your future. 'Di ba? Kahit na delayed gratification siya, you understand na in the future you will be in a better financial standing.
Okay, nung nag-push sa akin nung start is parang quarter life crisis, lahat ng millennials dumadaan doon. So parang ang naisip ko noon that time is gusto kong parang makapag-retire na rin yung parents ko, parang hindi na sila mag-worry kasi panganay din ako, parang si Garett. So parang iniisip ko, gusto ko na magka-peace of mind na sila with me. Kaya ako siya inaral. And at the same time, parang ako kasi kaya passionate, sobrang love ko yung mga tao na alam mo yung sabihin natin accountant siya pero sobrang dancer siya. Parang, uy, ba't hindi ka sumayaw? Ba't hindi ka rin mag-try mo rin yun? So, parang activate talaga ng passion na parang i-pursue mo yung something you love doing. Pero it's not possible kasi hindi siya practical. Kaya din gusto ko i-spread yung financial education. Parang so everyone can para have this particular framework na they can follow for them parang to take control of their finances so they can live the life they want.
Yes, that's true. Actually, talagang one thing that we really need to build, it's central to everything we do. No? If you have money, you can do anything. You can advance your cause so much stronger. But because hindi nga siya naturo din sa school natin, di ba, nag-NU na ako dito, hindi siya naturo sa school natin, hindi siya naging part ng educational system, I think this is the result. No, ito yung nangyayari. Ngayon nangangapa tayo, ngayon gumagawa tayo ng mga effort. We have these leaders in various forms. We have you guys who are also trying to advance the message. Guys, let's be financially independent. Let's be financially literate para we can prepare at para magawa natin talaga yung mga passions natin.
That's
diba?
right.
So, yun guys, ngayon, ano napapansin niyo nangyayari sa mga kasama natin in the kasama talaga
generation.
What are you seeing and sana ma-solve natin sa kanila ngayon? Yung mga agonies at saka mga pains. Kasi malamang nagkuwento na sila sa inyo. Sa tingin ko, meron na kayong mga therapy sessions dyan with your friends. Guys, okay lang yan. Carry pa.
Sige. Kasi tayo, as millennials, we spend on the now. We spend on the present. We spend on what we value. And sabi ko nga kanina, I don't really think na may mali naman dun, di ba? I don't think there's na mali na error yun. Pero it would be a problem for us if all of our money, if all of our income would go into that, if we spend all of what we earn right then and there. Kasi dito pumapasok yung instant gratification eh, di ba? Kasi yun yung favorite natin lahat or majority of us yun yung gusto natin, and we would want to push for at least kahit paano konting delayed gratification. This is for our future, this is for us to prepare for things like this. So since hindi nga tayo nakapag-prepare, ang pinaka nagiging problem ngayon is how to at least nga to survive eh, 'di ba? Kasi wala nang emergency fund, or kung meron mang emergency fund, hindi na siya ganoon ka-enough.
Yes. How about you, Louie?
And ako naman for again highlighting the importance of financial education. Importante din yun nga na alam mo dapat na you need to protect your wealth. What are the tools? You need an emergency fund, you need HMO, you need life insurance para lang then you can start investing for accumulation. And at the same time, ngayon kami, like 20s to 40s, sabihin natin, we're at the peak of our physical and mental abilities.
Mhm.
So why won't we utilize it? Parang yun yung, I think magandang nakikita ngayon sa mga tao dahil nga sobrang nare-restless sila sa bahay nila. Parang they're finding ways to learn new skills or para find ways to monetize, to add another source of income by monetizing their passion, or parang revisit nila ngayon yung sarili nila by reflecting on what their yung goals nila and what they need to do to get there. And usually nga, parang income talaga, relying on one income, parang aware na rin sila na it's not enough. So, mas nagiging open yung mind nila to take on new opportunities.
That's true. I like that. And I like that you guys are very positive, ha? Talagang gusto ko yung ganyang attitude.
Oo.
Guys, ito, Yes, Shirley, go.
Oh, actually, ang gusto ko lang din sabihin, no, yung sinabi din ni Louie, na I think parang most of the millennials din talaga ngayon, talaga nagre-rely lang talaga sila sa company nila, no? One income. They're putting all their eggs in one basket. So kapag na-ruin ngayon yung basket na yon, parang wala, nga, no? Parang hindi na nila ngayon iniisip kung paano na kami ngayon. So doon na magkakaroon ng mga anxiety. Now is the time siguro na parang they would took courage, no, to learn on what's the trend now. Ang dami nating time ngayon with the quarantine. Siguro ngayon mag-learn talaga sila, mag-try nilang mag-search sa Google kung ano pa yung mga other source of passive income that they can get, so that when another pandemic hit us, wag naman sana, but at least you're prepared. Mm-mm.
Yes. Eto, may tanong ako, guys. So ngayon, we're going through this pandemic and we're talking about bouncing back. Is it possible for anyone, especially ngayon, for example, your corporate employees, maybe not yet, they're still in the entry level. Is it possible and they're really going through a hard time, they're really suffering. Is it possible for them to bounce back after the pandemic?
Of course. Diba? Feeling ko lahat naman tayo, we have that ability to bounce back. And I'm sure everyone is stressed about the uncertainty of the future, na lalo na itong nangyayari sa COVID. Ang dami pa talaga uncertainties tayo siguro, pa-peak pa lang yung case count natin here in the Philippines. But we have to remind ourselves that amidst the chaos, these are opportunities eh. These are chances. Itong mga changes na to, itong mga struggles na to, this also brings us opportunity. Like example, if we're talking about finance, yung market ngayon, it crashed eh, 'di ba? From makita nyo naman, sobrang baba niya ng market ngayon. So that is actually an opportunity for us to invest more. If you're going to ask ngayon ba magandang bumili, I wouldn't answer that kasi maraming factors din that would affect yun kung ngayon ba dapat bumili or hindi. Pero yun, amidst this chaos, ang daming opportunities eh, like yung nabanggit ni Shirley and ni Louie. Now is the time to learn more skills, new skills, and then make profit from those.
Yes.
That's true. I like that answer.
Yeah, and with that nga, in terms of investing, parang since millennials and dito tayo sa age na yun nga 20s to 35 to 40s, yan importante kasi na alam natin na we have a longer time horizon kasi it always recovers naman. It's not the end of the world. So parang it's the time ngayon nga, yung sabi nga ni Garett na if you invest actually, or if you're invested, you just hold on to it and wait kasi babawi siya. Tignan mo lahat ng trends sa mga dating crash. It always parang nag-recuperate siya after mga ilang months to minsan years, pero bumabalik siya. And pag hinawakan mo yung funds mo by that time, nagta-times 4 pa siya minsan. So wag lang agad magpapanik. And yun nga, again, it comes with educating yourself with paano siya nag-work. Kaya yun.
And to add lang dun, no, to add lang sinabi ni Louie, we have, if you're going to review yung history natin, ang dami na nating crisis na nadaanan. Diba? Baka hindi lang natin experience personally, pero if you're going to look at that, nag-bounce back naman yung Philippines eh, after all of those na nangyari, like in 2008 na Asian financial crisis, yung
The recession.
Yung mga ganun. So, and even now, if you're going to compare yung at least yung fundamentals natin dati, mas maganda talaga ngayon yung standing ng Philippines. So, kung nakaka-bounce back tayo before, I'm sure we can bounce back now.
That's true. And I like that, guys. Natutuwa. Before we acknowledge, really, I'll just share this. I love this very much. I'm going to continue what you guys have started when it comes to having the right mindset. Because people see doom sometimes, especially if it's uncertain, as something that they cannot control. And it's okay. That's normal. Pero what I learned from you guys and something that we need to really teach people is that we need to have the mindset of bouncing back, of seeing the silver lining in all of this. What is this moment? What is this challenge trying to teach me? Because if you look at the possibilities of what you can build amidst this challenge, I think this is a perfect opportunity for you to do something that could improve people's lives, because ngayon you're pushed onto the wall and ngayon yung creativity mo is in a higher level, yung challenge, yung intensity is in a higher level. This is a perfect time for you to build things. And for example, kwento lang for example, Netflix, they were born out of recessions. Facebook was born out of recession. A lot of the companies that we know now that are very brave and strong, they're born out of recessions. What recessions does is to make you brave. What recessions does is to make you humble. What recessions does is that it removes this this ideas natin that everything's gonna be okay. It actually helps us to rebuild ourselves in a much more humble and a much more proactive kind of way. Surely, go
Makes
ahead.
us
Resiliency.
makes
Oo.
us bold.
Makes
Oo.
us
And
bold.
makes it more resilient.
Yes, I like
So ngayon sobrang ano na tayo, sobrang nag-iinit na yung mga usapan. But before that, let's acknowledge first our 81 viewers. Ayan, actually ang dami na nilang mga comments dito. Mag-hello naman kayo, Garett, Louie, and
Hello.
Ralph.
Yes. Hi, classmates.
Oo.
Hello.
Actually, hindi lang siya from the New Bold. I think meron din from Financial Passionate and Bright Millennials. And then I have also here one question coming from Coach Val. Na ang sabi niya dito, what are the practical steps daw to start emergency fund? He is asking for a friend.
Hi muna, Coach Val. Hi.
Hi, Coach
Hey.
Val.
Hi, Coach.
Yon, so that's his question. What are the practical steps to start emergency fund?
Ako, suggestion ko, yung first is, if you have windfalls, unahin yung emergency fund. Kung wala kayong utang. Pag may windfall, always utang first. Pero pag emergency fund, hindi siya, uy, marami akong pera ngayon, gagastusin ko siya. Maganda na ipasok niyo muna siya doon. And usually, 3 to 6 months, maganda. And mas safer, 6 to 12, lalo na pag for business people. And for that, automated din maganda siya. So parang every time darating yung salary nyo, diretso magkakaltas ng particular percentage papunta sa emergency fund until mapuno siya. And Garett, baka si Garett na rin ba?
Okay.
Agree ako dun sa naka-auto transfer yung part of your salary that would go to your emergency fund para hindi mo na siya magalaw. Kumbaga nga, you pay yourself first. Yun yung principle behind that. And if you're going to build your emergency fund, ang priority kasi natin dyan is not growth Ang gusto natin lang dyan, safety lang ng money natin, tsaka liquidity. So better yung mga virtually risk-free na instruments like bank savings lang, ganun lang. Para hindi siya mag-dip. Like kunwari, if you invested your money sa yung emergency fund mo sa stock market, wala ka na emergency fund right now. So, yan nun. And separate. Mas maganda kung naka-separate yung emergency fund sa personal savings or personal money. Correct.
So parang do you have any percentage ba that you can recommend on how to build your emergency fund? Like, for example, 10% ba to ng income mo? May ganun ba?
This is very personal kasi. Kaya siya tinawag na personal finance. It's very personal to you. If kunwari mag-recommend kami like 10% or 20%, that might not work for you if lalo na kung breadwinner ka or something. Pero what we need to do here is to build at least the habit of saving. Kung kunwari 5% lang yung kaya mo right now, edi 5% muna. Then after a few while, abang nakaka-adjust ka, pwede mo siyang taas-taasan.
Yeah, and maganda yung, since nga alam mo kung magkano yung monthly expenses mo, di ba? Alam mo kung anong goal mo, i-multiply mo lang by 6. Tapos, with that, alamin mo kung ano yung feasible for yung kaltasan. Again, sabi nga ni Garett, iba-iba per person, iba-iba yung situation. So, maganda na ikaw, you do your own planning or you can consult.
Oh.
Kaya yun, I like that very much, no, yung idea na naka-auto na siya para hindi mo na siya isipin, like hindi mo na, you don't use willpower pa para mag-transfer ng debit. Because sometimes we cannot trust ourselves. That's why let's make it automatic. Okay, Shirley, do you have a question?
I'll just go on, Ralph. I'm just, screening our viewers' comments.
Yes, let's say hi lang. I see a lot of NBU fellows. Hi guys, let's welcome them. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
Hey guys, we have your Dao, Cassie, Sheng, JC Ambrosio, Mark, Kim, Ian Bolinao, Shirley, Jason, Nicole, Sheng, everyone. Hey guys, welcome and thank you for joining us and 80 other people who are watching us right now. Guys, I have a question. So ngayon, nagdumaan na tayo sa crisis na to. Marami na tayong natutunan. We became humble. Nadapa tayo. Ngayon, we're trying to go back, get back up. Ngayon, after the pandemic, give me at least siguro 3 to 5. O, di ba? Exam agad, guys. What are the 3 to 5 financial habits everyone should build for them to become resilient that the next time mangyari crisis again, or if they want to be financially free, they're gonna be able to achieve that. What are those 3 to 5 really good financial habits everyone should build now?
Tig ano kami? Tig 3 to 5 kami.
Yes,
Thank
at least
you.
five. Hindi. 2 sa'yo, isa sa kanya. 3 to 5 each.
Sige. Siguro okay lang ako na una.
Go ahead, Garett.
Ako personally, yung una kong gagawin, I would have to reflect on what happened ngayon. Lalo na kung matapos itong quarantine, I would check ano ba yung mga magagandang ginawa ko, and then maybe continue on that. And ano ba yung mga lapses? Ano ba yung nagkulang ako sa preparations before this? You have to reflect and you have to learn as much as you can from this situation. Kasi most of us, lalo na yung mga millennials, baka ngayon lang natin na-experience itong gantong crisis eh. Bago to sa atin. So, we learn from this and then apply natin to para hindi na siya maulit sa atin in the future. Kasi I'm sure, crisis mangyayari yan ulit in the future. Hindi lang natin alam kung kailan. So that's one. Number 2, if nag-accumulate ka ng debt dahil wala kang emergency funds before this, as nangutang ka for your needs, you pay down those debts. Okay, you pay all of your obligations kasi that's one less thing to worry about. Diba? Imagine mo nasa pandemic ka tapos meron ka pang utang. Sobrang nakaka-stress yun, I would imagine. Sobrang nakaka-stress siya kasi you cannot focus on dun lang sa needs mo. And then number 3, go back to the basics, 'di ba? Lagi nating tinitake for granted yung basics eh. Like check mo ano ba yung mga pumapasok sa yung income. Check mo how you spend your money, how you allocate your money. Budgeting, yan lagi nating tinitake for granted yan. And then finally you build your emergency fund kasi one of the basics din yan that we disregard kasi nga we don't foresee, we don't think na mangyayari to eh. Diba? Very abstract yung idea back then. Pero now, you have to build up your emergency fund para when the next crisis comes, meron kang makukuha. Yun siguro sa akin. Kasi baka maubos eh.
Medyo sabi ko, sana hindi lima para may matira pa sa...
Na-pressure si Louie.
Kaya ako nagpauna eh.
Okay. Yung first ko, I think, is ngayon, you have time to reflect. You identify your cash flow and net worth. Alamin mo yung financial position mo. Alamin mo kung magkano lumalabas sa'yo monthly and magkano pumapasok sa'yo. Para malaman mo kung ano yung current, kung negative, kung deficit ka ba or at a surplus yung cash flow mo. Kung surplus yun, good, you can find investment opportunities. Kung deficit naman, it's either you increase your income or decrease your expenses. Kung increasing income, it means, find different actions to take, like parang add an additional mode of income. Pag decrease naman ng finances is to find cost alternatives and to set a budget. Definitely set a budget. Yung sinabi nga ni Garett, yung parang reflect mo ano yung mga things na okay, and then course correct ka din sa mga things na baka ito na nadehado ako dito. Kasi minsan pag trinap mo din talaga yung expenses mo, doon mo may realize na ganun pala kataas yung gastos ko sa parking or ganyan pala kataas yung gastos ko sa food or eating out. So, mas magiging aware ka. Once mag-aware ka doon, kung nasan ka, kasi ito yung goal mo, you know how to get there. And then, yung second one naman is to have, if you can invest, you have to have a diversified investment portfolio. Kasi diversified meaning meron nasa conservative, may nasa moderate, merong nasa aggressive. Lalo na sa atin, we can take on more risk. Pero nare-reduce yung risk pag mas diversified from different types of instruments like stocks, bonds, kahit nga sa mga different funds. Yes po. Kasi ang maganda doon, pag diversified siya, hindi naman kasi lahat, yung iba dyan inversely correlated. So pag may tumaas, may bababa. Yeah. So lagi kang okay. Lagi kang meron safe na fund. Yes po, parang backup plan. And then third, I think more on initiating communication. Kasi parang hindi siya, yes, it's personal finance, but if may naapektuhan, you need to, kasi lalo na kung breadwinner ka, if you have a family na parang, di hirapan ka na pala, pero ikaw lang sumasalo nun. It's a right time to open the communication na, this is parang something I want to improve. Ano yung suggestions nyo? Para as a household, collectively, na ma-manage yung finances nyo together. Like, kuyari, ikaw hirap ka na pala dyan, pero yung mga anak mo, bukas lahat ng ilaw, hindi masyado steward sa mga resources. Parang mas maintindihan ka nila if you initiate that communication. So, yun. That's...
I think, ako, Ralph, nakuha ko kay Louie and kay Garett, it's really more of self-awareness on how you spend your money. No? Guys, meron ba kayong mga ginagamit na para, kasi we're talking about the cash flow, the budget, ganyan. Do you have any app ba na pwede nating ma-share dun sa mga viewers natin so they can start?
Money Pro.
Kung ano yung ginagamit nyo na tool to do the sorry?
Money Pro. May Money Pro app yan. Parang pagpasok at maganda. Maraming apps actually, pero yung ginagamit ko, Money Pro yung pinaka-okay sa akin. Iba-iba kasi per person. Pero maganda yon kasi matatrack mo doon. And pwede ka mag-set ng budget. So sasabihin niya pag malapit ka na sa budget.
Okay. So that's Money
And
Pro.
Excel.
Excel, no?
Excel din. Weekly review.
How about you, Garett? Do you have any app that you can
Ako sa akin yung Money Manager. Maraming Money Manager na app pero yung ginagamit ko yung logo niya parang piggy bank na pink yung background niya. So maganda yung features niya kasi you input your expenses per day and then you can review it on a weekly or monthly basis. Meron siyang chart. Makita mo yung percentage kung gaano karami yung ginagas mo for this. So you could know kung saan ka ba pwede mag-trim down if necessary.
Okay. Yes. Ang dami ko natutunan, Shirley.
Ako din.
Inputs. Talagang you have to reflect what happened after this crisis.
Yes.
Kasi this is the perfect time to reset. It's the perfect for you to change your view about money and time for you to build money strategically. So, kung dati medyo pariwara ka with money, ngayon I think it's not anymore an option for you to just stay, lukewarm when it comes to money. You have to really manage it upfront. Ngayon, kanina, so earlier, Garett, Louie, we were asking you about ano yung top 3 na mga pwede nyo ma-share na mga pwedeng financial habits to build. Surely, I want to ask them, ano yung mga common mistakes na mga millennials naman ngayon? O, di ba talaga may exam tayo, guys?
Yeah.
Ano yung mga common mistakes ng mga millennials na starting from now on, guys, please stop doing this. Hindi na to sustainable. Hindi na to makakatulong. This will not make you free financially. What are those, at least 2 mistakes na stop doing this na, guys?
Siguro number 1, income equals expenses. So everything that you earn, you spend it all. Right, as in right now, okay. Inubos mo lahat. You don't save up for the future. Diba? Very common 'yan. And madali siyang sabihin, no, mahirap siyang gawin, pero kung meron kang mga goals and if you want to be on a better standing in the future kapag ka nagkaroon ulit ng ganito, you have to do that. You have to spend less than what you earn. And then number 2 siguro, when it comes to investments naman, millennials would tend to go straight to the investments. Kasi yung investments yung exciting like the stock market, very exciting yan, lalo lang ngayon, very volatile yung market. Pero when they invested, they didn't really do the proper preparations for it. Like, paulit-ulit natin sinasabi, the basics nga. Tumatalon tayo dun sa invest. Kumbaga kung step by step siya, tumatalon kagad tayo dun sa last part.
That's true. Kailangan mahinto na po, guys, ha. Income equals, hindi yan siya expenses. Income minus bayaran mo muna yung utang mo, bayaran mo din yung mga auto-debit ka rin, and then before you use it. Save ka muna. Okay, how about you, Louie?
I think, lahat naman kami nag-try mag-improve din. And maganda rin nakikita ko yun na parang sa start, diba, you learn from making mistakes. So this is a good opportunity nga to correct that. And yung first thing na maganda doon is like sinabi nga ni Garett, back to basics is to fireproof nga your finances, making sure that you have all the protection tools before you try to start getting acquiring too much risk. It's important na yung basic emergency fund and HMO, life insurance, and making sure yung mga yun, tsaka conservative investments, yan maganda as a basic, and liquid funds part doon before you start getting, kasi minsan yung iba nakapasok na lahat sa equity, which is pag ngayon medyo sila yung sobrang nagpapanik. Pero again, we learn from our mistakes. Yung second thing naman na maganda na i-improve din with our behaviors is yung pag-take on ng debt, yung pag-handle ng credit cards. Kasi some na parang sobrang nag-accumulate yung interest nila because they're not paying in full. Pero hindi mo din kasi makita yun if you're not tracking. Pero I think yun yung magandang improvement for us ngayon na millennials na. Kasi usually we see it as free money, never tuloy-tuloy lang, basta may credit card. But ngayon, parang I think most people are becoming aware na kailangan nilang mas maging mindful on how they use their financial tools.
Yeah. They think no, one of our viewer, si Mommy Meg. Hi, Mommy
Hi,
Meg.
Meg!
Oo. Ang sabi niya dito sa comment, super love ko yung open communication para makapag-adjust ang buong household to meet financial goals.
I love that. Good job,
Supportive mo forever. I love you.
Oo. I think din yun parang isa din siya sa nagiging reason kung bakit din nagkakaroon ng anxiety. At the same time, broken relationship din. Hindi man sa mga single na millennials, but also for the married millennials.
Yes.
No, yung mga nagtataguan sila ng expenses nila kasi parang feeling naman nila nandiyan naman na yung sahod. Pero they don't actually plan on how they're gonna spend their money or how they're gonna do the budget for the whole household. Kaya parang at the end of the day, puro gastos, tapos pagdating ng ganitong crisis na, wala, no? Nakanganga na rin. So, it's very important that lay all your cards, no, siguro, and then let's be open about the expenses, and siguro kung di talaga kasha, maybe this is also the time for them to discuss what are other sources of income. At the same time, like what we've said nga, Louie, kanina, simple pagpatay lang ng ilaw, simpleng, pagtitipid lang ng water, it would very, big help for the whole household.
Yes. Off ko na yung aircon ko. Medyo hindi na ako mindful. Buong araw ako naka-aircon. Guys, merong question dito coming from the, dear Shirley, can you mention it? Coming from
kay Jason Del Rosario. Sabi niya, why millennials like investing more than protection?
Ako.
Oo.
Okay. I think kasi ang problema kasi with protection is hindi mo pa siya ma-experience ngayon. So again, with delaying gratification, parang sa future mo pa siya mararamdaman So parang ngayon, parang ginagrab nila opportunity, parang immediate gratification. Mostly, ako, experience ko yon. Like, nagulat na lang ako, parang 3 years mo nag-work sa isang company na okay yung income, pero parang hindi ako nakaipon masyado. Kasi parang, basta may laman, usually ganun ako before. Pero, and yun nga, hindi mo malalaman until may nangyari, which is parang crisis na ganito. Pero again, maganda na natututunan natin yun with investing din. Kasi investment din naman yung protection. Pero investment in the future lang. So parang more matutulungan tayo parang magkaroon ng long-term current thinking, planning. Yes.
How about you, Garett?
To add lang dun, sa akin kasi, we don't see it happening to us Yung mga emergencies na yung mga disasters na we don't see it happening to us soon. Parang lagi nating sinasabi, ay bata pa naman ako So siguro later on ako kuha ng insurance. Later na ako kuha ng health tsaka life insurance. Tsaka hindi ko pa naman magagamit yan ngayon Diba? Parang hindi naman ako yung makagamit yan. Kailangan pa mamatay ako before ako makaklaim. Parang mga ganong ideas, and we have to understand na we have to know ano ba yung use ng insurance itself. Hindi naman siya to grow money like investments. It's to protect your money.
Kaya yun din yung goal ng financial education Parang it's really parang paparealize mo yung hindi pa nakikita. Parang you try your best to give perspective na mas maano sila na, I need to do that. Kasi after you protect your wealth, you can go invest and accumulate and buy anything you want naman Basta protected ka. Parang yun lang naman yung first step.
Okay, so we're talking about the investment na rin, Garett and Louie and Ralph. Right now, guys, ano yung mga investment opportunities that you can share with our viewers? Na I think this is the right opportunity also to, kasi hindi ka naman basta-basta talaga mag-i-invest, kailangan mo talagang pag-aralan yan. But what's happening to us right now, we have all the time, to learn about the investment. So can you share some investment opportunities?
Garett?
Sige ako na.
Okay.
So ano yan, di ba may paper assets tayo, stock market, mutual funds, may real assets din like properties. Pero for us millennials, I think the best investment that we can make right now is investment sa sarili natin. Di ba? Super cliche niya. Pero you would have to invest in education tsaka yung skills natin. Kasi talagang makikita mo yung return niyan, ilang folds talaga Di ba? You invest on conferences, on books, on seminars, and all those things. Tapos, ang dami kasi talaga super yung mga investment options. Siguro better if
siguro yung top 2 mo, the best investment na ginawa mo for your life, ganyan.
Ayan, mahirap din yun sagutin kasi yung best investments. Siguro na lang para lang for context. When you try to choose an investment, may mga factors ka na i-consider. Number 1 is your investment objective. Para saan ba yung investment? Education fund ba yan ng future anak mo? retirement fund mo ba yan? Kasi dun pa lang magdi-differ na yung options mo. Number 2 would be your time frame. Short term ba yan, medium term, or long term? Kasi kung iba-iba yung time frame mo, iba-iba rin yung investment options mo. And then siguro number 3 is your risk appetite. 'Di ba? Kung gaano ka ba ka-aggressive kumuha ng investments, kasi some investments are aggressive, some are conservative. So you have to answer all those questions before you decide on what to invest. Ako personally, mag-invest ako sa stock market kasi I can take the risk. Tsaka maganda yung opportunity doon right now. And sa property siguro. Pero personal ko lang naman yun.
Oh.
With the sobrang maraming nga investment instruments. And tama si Garrett, parang it really depends. Kaya nga may financial planning. Kasi part yun hindi ka lang naman nag-invest para magkapera. Usually, lagi may purpose per type of investment or per plan. So, per every action mo, usually, nag-add yan together into a particular percentage that will give you this amount by this time. So, it's important na aware ka lang kung ano-ano yung mga different investment instruments. Like, stocks, equity. Basically, you have ownership ng company. Kung kumita sila, meron kang kita. Kung di sila kumita, hindi ka kikita. Pag bonds, nangutang sa'yo yung kumpanya or pwedeng government, nangutang sila sa'yo. So, meron silang interest na binabayad. Sa dulo, babalik yung principal mo. UITFs, mutual funds, yan mga may parang pooled funds naman yan. Tapos may nagma-manage yan and sila namimili kung anong ilalagay dyan. Tapos usually din-disclose naman kung anong nakalagay doon. Pero it will, yun, mga passive yun. And balik ako sa stocks, you can do it long term na invest ka, na bibili ka ng value ng mga companies you value, and kung tingin mo sa baba yung presyo nila, sa worth nila, you buy it, parang gano'n. And then long term, meron namang daily trading, which is active yun na investing. So parang lagi mo binabantayan, which is hindi ko siya masyado re-recommenda kung hindi mo siya matututukan. So, gano'n siya. And then other, like gold, forex, may kanya-kanyang expertise din na you can learn online din or learn from people na expert siya na can help you with that. Pero ang pinaka-good way to go ngayon, lalo na for millennials, is to do passive investments. Kasi parang with higher risk, recommend ko yun kasi we have longer time horizon. We can ride through the volatility ng market or different crises. So maganda na kahit pa paano mas more on equity. But again, protected ka muna dapat.
Okay. So,
Parang
nagka-cut ka, Louie, sorry Pero that's okay. May problem lang sa internet. Pero we got you. Can you say, backtrack lang 10 seconds of what you last said?
More on importante lang din with there's a difference between long-term investing and pag daily trading. When you're trading daily, dapat natutukan mo, active yun eh. So, I don't recommend it kung hindi mo siya matututukan. Pero ang pinakamagandang way to go talaga is to do long-term passive investment. Pero iwan mo dyan sa mga companies you value or sa funds na yung nga natatrust mo na okay to, yun, better yun, and then wait for it to accumulate.
Yes. Well, let's just say hi ngayon, no? Ang dami nating mga viewers, sumabutan tayo ng 95 earlier. Can you say hi to all of our viewers? Hi, guys.
Hey, hello.
Hey.
Naming gustong matuto, Ralph, ng financial literature.
Literacy, that's true.
Literacy.
It's okay.
Pwede din.
Mahilig din ako sa literature. Financial literature. Guys, eto, I've learned a lot, no? Actually, I'm gonna mention lang some other, mga comments natin. Hi, Kuya Kelvin from Iloilo. Protection is long-term. Investment could be emergency funds or goals short-term. Tama ba, guys? Louie and Garett?
Sorry, ulit po.
Protection is long-term. Investment could be emergency funds, goals, or short-term.
Protection, parang dapat long-term, yun yung first thing as a foundation, yung unang gagawin. Kasi parang more on thinking long-term siya. Kasi parang kahit anong mangyari sa lifetime mo, you know na hindi magagalaw yung mga investments mo kasi you're safe, you have an emergency fund and all other financial tools to protect your wealth. And investment-wise naman, yes, it can be short-term. Mayroong mga investments na pwedeng 5 years lang para kasi you want this kasi pero higher risk. So, ganun siya.
Okay. Guys, we have a lot then, no? Let's say Meg. Can you read Meg's message, Shirley? Very engaged si Mami Meg. Hi, Mami
Yeah,
Meg.
sabi niya, yes, agree. Investment will really depend on your financial goal. Kaya it's good to solicit advice from professionals and not be impulsive and be scammed by immediate gains. Oo. So marami rin pala kasi mga opportunistic. Oh, sa mga ganitong klase ng ano.
Yes, that's why it's very important that you talk to someone who's an expert, not me, not people that you cannot
Oo.
trust.
I think
People
Ralph, parang napag-usapan nga kanina namin ni Garett, parang they have this license before you can be actually a financial advisor. Tama ba yun, Garett?
Yes.
So maybe siguro kung magpa-plan ka talaga to invest your finances, your hard-earned money, then you pwede rin siguro mag-ask ka din siguro for a license of that financial advisor to be sure.
Yes, definitely. Maraming options, the better, and always check your source. Guys, meron akong question sa inyo. Right now, I know, sinabi nga kanina ni Garett, the best investment is to learn, diba? Learning investment. This is the time for you to grow. What are the things we can do now? So kami ngayon, okay, game. I wanna bounce back. I wanna be informed. I wanna be equipped. Ano yung gagawin ko? Ano yung mga resources that's available for me that I can check now? Maybe favorite authors, favorite courses that you guys have took that changed your life. Oo. Go, Garett.
It's a good time to study the stock market. And maraming resources online. Marami tayong mga maraming free vlogs about it sa YouTube. And siguro set ko lang yung Instagrams kasi if mag-i-invest ka right now, tapos nilalagay mo kagad yung pera mo, that's very risky, lalo na kung hindi mo pa alam yung ginagawa mo. So in Instagrams, you could actually trade. You could experience some trading without the risk of losing your money kasi parang may virtual money ka dun na pwede mo siyang i-trade para mag-gets mo yung feels of the market. And yun, siguro learn digital skills like social media marketing. Ako before ko pa naman siya tinake, tinukop ko yung Social Media Academy. I think naka-free sila ngayon. So very good resource yun for me.
Okay.
Ayun. Thank you, Garett. How about you, Louie?
Ako invest in parang yung profitable skills. Ang parang top 2 na isip ko is marketing and sales. Kasi ikaw yun I mean, hindi lang a product or service. Parang marketing yourself and building yung parang skill mo magsalita, parang persuasive speaking and everything. So kahit ano man gawin mo, if you decide to create a business, may e-commerce man yan, or maging financial consultant, or maghanap ng ibang para ma-monetize yung passion mo, you need those 2 essential skills. Ngayon, Skillshare, marami niyan. And marami-raming podcast. Ang daming mga videos online and mga books like The Psychology of Selling, Brian Tracy. Sobrang dami na available sa'yo. And ang maganda doon, mag-search ka din ng mentor na pwedeng alalayan ka step by step with improving that skill. And also, yun, daily talaga important ngayon is to motivate yourself, to get yourself out of your bed, your comfy bed, or parang pag-binge ng something, which is also good. But, yun nga, parang kailangan everyday, try mo discipline sarili mo kasi wala nang gagawa sa'yo. So, that's something we need to improve.
That's true, guys. I like that very much. It's time for us to learn, to build our knowledge. This is the time for you. Your unfair advantage kasi is your brain.
Yeah.
So kung marami kang pinasok dito, marami kang mga gamit for you to navigate life.
Yes.
So meron na nga akong goal
That's
ngayon,
true.
Shirley, Garett and Louie, na every day I wanna improve at least 1% of my life. So by improving yourself, by reading new information, new ideas, new books, new resources, by building habits, by building 1% every day at least, improving yourself, especially on finance, na mindset, which I will do myself, this could bring you to another level of your life, especially after the pandemic. May nagsabi nga dito, sino, Rich Dad Poor Dad, who among you guys have read Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Yeah.
Nabasa niyo na ba yun, Garett, Louie?
Yes.
Yes po.
Ayan. Kung
It can be
napanood niyo
one.
yun, guys, yes, one of the many amazing books na foundational talaga yan. press love. Let's have a love storm. Press love if you guys have watched or read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Ayan.
Dami
Okay.
nag-heart. Oo. Eto, may question lang dito si Wilma. I think,
I like the question. Go ahead.
oo. Kasi parang very normal to, no? What can you advise to those who are earning just enough daw for their living expenses? Can you share some tips on how they can save for emergency fund and invest given na sakto lang daw yung kinikita nila?
No, it's true. You can only save so much, lalo na kung talagang sakto lang naman, di mo naman din sila masisi. Pero pagka ganun yung situation, I think you just have to find some other source of income to augment yun yung kailangan mo. Kasi hindi mo pwedeng ipilit hindi naman pwede na i-trim down mo yung food mo. Hindi ka pwedeng hindi magbayad ng bills mo. So, since I think marami na may mga idle time naman tayo, we have time to scroll our Facebook feed, so why not do something productive instead na kikita tayo ng pera? Then yun yung pwede nating i-save.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's either you increase yung income mo or decrease your expenses.
Mm.
With ngayon, if you have, depende sa situation niya, if meron kang excess kahit 2 hours per day lang na pwede mo masingit, like it can be like parang e-commerce, magbebenta ka ng mga pre-loved items or something, like additional income lang, it would really help kasi makakadagdag yun sa matitira sa'yo kung after expenses. And then with decrease naman ng expenses, importante budgeting din talaga. Like kahit super cliche nga din, lagi mo sasabi budgeting, pero pag sobrang it will do wonders knowing na okay, ito lang yung kailangan ko. So you'll be creative ano yung brain mo na okay, I only have this much. Kahit sa travel, kahit hindi ka naman basta ganun trip you want to travel, o sige, ito yung budget ko. So, paano natin gagawin to na mas be resourceful, be creative, di ba? Parang try to tap in yung kung ano man yung pagiging maparaan natin mga Pilipino. So, to decrease that. So, try nyo i-cap off lang talaga yung mga certain categories ng budget nyo. And may matitira din talaga siya. So, yun. May matitira sa expense.
Ako, that's really good, Louie, na budgeting. Another idea would be if your current income doesn't really suit the ideal life that you wanted, make an important decision of maybe adding passive incomes or maybe changing your work. Kasi you can be maybe you can also do you can be an entrepreneur and build your own thing, maybe low cost lang yung investment. Kasi talagang if you want to build wealth, being just an employee could limit you. So you have to rethink that if you want to achieve a higher level of financial goal.
That's right.
Medyo mabigat yun.
Ito, having multiple streams of income talaga yung way Kasi parang you're active. Tama si Sir. You're na passive and then with investments, portfolio income. Parang you need to collect that para kasi usually tayo, habang tumataas yung sweldo natin, tumataas din yung expenses natin.
Yes, the lifestyle.
So, lifestyle inflation. So, in order for us to parang, bukod sa pag-budget nga, increasing your income, importante na, we can actually, there's a lot of ways to generate more income nang hindi ka pagod. Maximize mo lang, time management lang din talaga.
Ako if I may add, what I do now, compared to my previous life, when I do the grocery now, parang ang natutunan ko doon, usually, pupunta ako ng grocery, kailangan busog ako. Kasi diba, kapag ka nag-grocery ka minsan, tapos parang gusto mo lahat kunin. So you have the tendency na, okay, kasi dahil gutom ka, so you're gonna get a lot of things like mga tinapay na hindi naman talaga natin kinakain or siguro nakastock lang din dyan. At the same time, nakatulong din siguro sa akin sa decrease ng expenses ko, yung nililista ko talaga lahat ng kailangan ko.
Yes po.
So,
okay. Yes, tama yan. Usually.
So yun, parang it's very important na yung mga simpleng bagay, kung wala ka talagang chance ngayon to increase your income, but at least now reassess your expenses and then go to the basic. No, ano ba yung mga hindi mo talaga kailangan and ano yung mga ways kung paano mo talaga siya mapapababa para makapagkaroon ka pa rin ng savings. Yun. And then we have also from Joseph Felix, how can we convince and help those millennials to support their siblings and parents to save and invest but di pa ganun kalaki yung income? So I think isa din yan talaga sa culture natin, di ba?
Yeah,
like you
that's
guys.
a Filipino thing.
Oo. Parehas kayong panganay. That's why you're pushing yourself talaga to do investment for the family. So I think yun yung question niya. How can you convince and help those millennials now to support who support their siblings and parents but at the same time to invest? Garett, would you like to answer first?
Wag muna daw magjowa, may nakita akong comment. Napaka-practical tip nun.
Magandang sagot
Actually,
yan.
kanina nga may question dito. Pagka daw ba may jowa, mas magastos?
Pero worth it
Oo.
naman. Okay
Oh.
lang.
Worth it naman.
How can we convince? Ito siguro, kunin ko lang yung sinabi ni Louie kanina. You have to make them look at the bigger picture. You have to make them see ito yung mga possible na mangyari in the future. And yun nga yung challenge, lalo na for advisors. Yun yung challenge kasi for us, lalo na sa mga millennials, talagang dito lang tayo nakatingin sa nangyayari ngayon.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Louie?
Ang hirap, ako yun nga, so may dalawa rin akong kapatid, pero palabas pa lang sila ng college. And sa parents naman, sobrang okay din yung parang with money naman yung parents ko. Pero iniisip ko kasi, it really starts with, dati kasi iniisip ko, basta pag nagka-jowa na yung kapatid ko, magiging responsable na. Pero parang, depende nga din talaga yan sa, it starts with the person talaga. Usually, it starts with a particular breakthrough or something. So, how can you create that breakthrough? By taking on inputs, by learning, or by surrounding yourself with people na sobrang, parang yun yung priority nila is to improve, to succeed, to grow.
Yes.
If you surround yourself with those people, ikaw rin mahahawa ka. So, I think that's the best thing for to adapt yung habit na yun.
Actually, naniniwala talaga ako dyan, Louie, no? When it comes to your circle, if you have circle of people who are magastos, naku, delikado ka. Mabilis mawala yung pera mo. Lahat gustong kumain, gustong gumala, lahat parang yung travel lang, no? Parang dali lang nila makapag-decide to travel. Pero if you are with people who are financially responsible, maapektuhan ka din kahit magastos ka. Talagang you will also rethink. So, that's good. Meron nga quote nga kanina na gusto ko na sinabi ni Jay Shetty. I've seen people work out at 4 a.m. before working 2 jobs. I've known introverts who became great communicators when an important relationship needed it. I've seen people who weren't ready suddenly commit to the right person. People give effort to what's important to them. So if it's important to you, you will make an effort to save up. And that is something I will do myself as well. Okay, guys. Eto, we already reached 1 hour, no? Patapos na tayo dapat. Pero ang daming people who are watching this episode.
Yes.
It's really,
And I think we still have questions, Ralph. I think
would
we
it be
have 2
okay,
more.
guys? Can you press love, guys, kapag gusto nyong dumagdag pa? Okay lang ba, Garett, Louie, to extend at least 10 minutes?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Okay
can
ba?
we take more
Press
questions?
love, guys, if you want to, Okay, go. Go, Shirley.
Okay, the question is coming from... Biglang nawala, wait lang. Sorry na. Ito, from Bebs Nunez. Sabi niya, hi guys, what investment vehicle do you recommend for medium to long goals besides the VUL, MF, and stocks? I use VULs now for the long term and MF and stocks for short term. Thank you so much. Hi there, Louie. Heart, heart.
Hi, Bevs. Okay. Ako ba muna?
Ikaw na Louie magsagot.
So, short, medium to long-term investments bukod sa VUL.
Mm-hmm.
I think more on with contributing lang consistently. Then isang bagsakan. Kasi mas maganda yung accumulation pag consistent ka nagko-contribute kunyari sa fund, sa mutual fund or sa stocks or sa parang kumukuha ka sa bonds. Kasi at different times ka pumapasok. So iba-iba yung presyo niya and at the same time parang nag-accumulate siya so na-take advantage mo yung compound interest. So same lang din naman siya sa short term pero at the same time ito you can depende pa rin sa goals mo kung anong type ng risk siya kung ano yung parang sa VUL din yung investment portion nun ganoon din like parang magiging long term siya na parang for retirement or siguro sa future gusto niyo mag-travel around the world, you just make monthly consistent na contribution as opposed to one intense na lagayan, ganun. It's for long term. Basta huwag mo galawin, magiging talaga siya, beneficial siya sa long term because of compound interest.
Like that. Okay, Garett?
Personally, stocks din yung ko pick ko for my long-term goals. And siguro on picking on stocks, kung basics lang, no, you find a company that is profitable, you find a company that is growing. So, I mean, mas complicated pa dun, pero yun yung pinaka-basics niya if you're trying to pick up a company, a good company.
Okay. Shirley, you wanna say? So, Shirley, nakano ka, Shirley? Sorry, yung audio mo is off.
Ayan, okay na.
Okay. Before sa'yo, Shirley, meron na ako assignment sa ating mga viewers. Hi, viewers. Let's say hi again. Let's do some check-in. Hey,
Hello,
everyone.
guys. Grabe, napaka-active nila, Ralph. Parang isa to sa pinaka-active natin na na session with the viewers.
Congratulations, Garett and Louie. Ha? Talagang people
Lalo
are
na
very
pagdating dun sa parang checking on this now, parang they're super interested daw dun sa mga, hindi naman daw magastos magka-jowa as long as inspiring daw. So, ayan yung mga comment
Return
talaga
ko yan.
nila.
May ROI.
Oo, investment pa lang pagkakaroon ng jowa. So keep on investing, guys. Ito sabi ni Ian Bolinao, invest on a relationship to keep you inspired. Pamakaw ka naman dyan. Ayan, eto, may question din dito. Sabi niya dito, and I think very beneficial also to all the millennials. Na parang sabi niya dito, from Jenny Lynn Lorraine, hi Jenny, looking on the long term, do you think it's better to put up our own business than staying in a corporate company?
Garett, no.
Parang ayaw nila sumagot. Ikaw na.
Shirley Galang, sorry, Louie. I just say hi, Tito Boots Bartolome, the franchise guru is now with us. Hi, Tito Boots.
Hi, Tito
Hello po.
Boots.
How are you? Ayan. And a lot of our NBU friends and friends of NBU people who are watching us right now. Go ahead, Louie.
I think starting a business is difficult siya. I mean, like, there's a lot of things you need to consider, marketing, management, and finding the best idea for it. Ganyan. Pero those who were bold enough to jump, tas nag-start na own business nila, sila din yung pinakamaraming gains kasi sila sobrang challenging nga maging business person. So, in terms of it's better to be a businessman than an employee. Well, better, mas mahirap siya, pero mas marami siyang reward. So, it's up to you lang din if high risk, high returns,
right.
or low risk, low returns. Yun lang din yun, depende din sa'yo. Pero ako, I highly encourage na if you, lahat tayo, diba sabi nga sa NBU, we have this special strength, special talent sa atin, na tayo lang meron yan. We need to share it and somehow find a way to spread it sa ibang tao. And usually, it's through business or through marketing. Ganyan.
Personal take ko dyan, depende sa person yan eh. Diba? Parang iba they would thrive on corporate, iba they would thrive on business. Pero if you're in a corporate setting, that's actually a good grounds for you to train eh. If you're looking to go into business, diba? Makikita mo how the company operates habang nandun ka. And then when you're ready to build your own business, you could build that on the side first. And nakita ko yung comment dito, tama ako, I would agree with this. Put up your business first before you leave the corporate. So you make sure muna na stable na yung side, yung business na gusto mong pasukin before you leave the corporate, para lang din practical, 'di ba? Para lang din stable muna yung cash flow mo. And it's more than di ba? Putting up a business is more than earning money. Dapat yung business mo, you should be passionate about it, or you should yung kung ano man yung ibibigay mo na value, or it would actually solve a problem dun sa community mo, or it would give impact or value to the people that you're going to serve.
That's right.
That is so true. Can I add to this? Your answers are correct, guys. If you feel that your heart is for entrepreneurship, go ahead. If you can stomach the risks, the thing about entrepreneurship is that you'll have to go through maybe more than 10 to 15 problems and challenges that you are not yet aware of heading front. And that's going to be months time of real challenges. What I suggest for you is, if you don't have the appetite, if you don't have the capacity to risk, maybe do something on the side, be passionate. It's something that you're very passionate doing. Maybe do consulting, anything that is low risk. Basta for you lang to try dipping your finger on what it is to be on entrepreneurship, go ahead. If you want to do e-commerce on the side by night, sabi nga ni Gary Vaynerchuk, hustle by night, maybe do that. Pero what I suggest is do something low risk for you to try how it feels outside. If you feel na, wait, I am already better, I think I can go and jump onto this entrepreneurial journey, go ahead. What's important is take risks na yung kaya mo. Yes, go ahead.
Ako siguro, Rafi, if I may add, no? Kasi parang I have experience also of 11 years into corporate and then jumping into business, it's really sobrang risk. Pero siguro yung natutunan ko doon is that kailangan meron ka talagang mentor. No? Kasi hindi mo talaga siya kakayanin mag-isa, lalo na kung bago sa'yo. Kasi ako, imagine ako, parang 11 years ako into corporate and then now I'm putting up my own business. So parang it's very important that you find a mentor that you're comfortable with, that you can also relate to. And also, expect then that there's a lot of failures. Hindi siya yung parang, okay, I'm gonna start the business and then nakikita mo na parang okay siya, parang success agad. Marami talaga siyang magiging failures, but you have to be ready that these failures will actually help you to be successful. Kasi doon ka magla-learn. So,
Yes, that's true.
whatever risk, the risk appetite, I really believe that kung ano lang yung kaya mong ibigay na risk, definitely yun din yung magiging reward mo, like what Louis said. So, I guess, siguro kung meron man ako may bibigay din na advice, it's really more of get mentors, and then mag-aral ka rin talaga.
Yes.
And it will always go down to your deepest why. Bakit mo siya ginagawa? In the first place, bakit mo gustong umalis ng trabaho? Bakit gusto mong umalis into corporate? Bakit gusto mong magkaroon ng business? Kasi the
Yes.
passion and everything, it will just follow. But you really have to be aware of yourself. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, and to add to that, di ba, minsan kasi capable ka naman, okay, kaya mo din mag-handle ng risk, pero takot ka lang gawin. So parang, it's parang, ang ganda lang din na mindset na, again, sa age natin ngayon, we're at the peak of our physical and mental abilities. So why not maximize yung lahat ng oras mo ngayon na you can do a lot. But, so parang, I think entrepreneurship is one of the parang self-improvement wise, ma-improve ka talaga in a year ng experiences mo dyan because of the challenges. So, it's something na you just, part yung challenges, part na mahirap siya, you just need to gain the courage to just start and jump. Kasi again, you're parang surrounded with people na ganun din, you're gonna be okay. Kasi alam mo, they survive, di ba? Parang look at other success stories then every day.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, guys, I think we need to wrap this up. Nako, ang sobrang
Ang dami
engaged
pang
pa rin yung ating
questions, Ralph. I think we still have 3.
Kailan before that, Shirley, can we everybody who's watching us right now, please put in the comment section, I'll bounce back. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's do that, everyone. If you are watching this, make it an intention. After, I hope you get inspired by Garett and Louie and everyone in the community. Put in the comment section, I'll bounce back. Okay, last question siguro, and then let's mention Tito Boots mention sinabi on social media. Go ahead, Shirley.
Yeah, ito si Ja Quintana. Sabi niya, unsure if this question has already been asked. Let's say you've managed to organize your finances, stocks and savings, insurance, emergency fund. But this pandemic ends up taking longer than your forecast. What do you do? What would be your advice? So, paano kung humaba pa daw tong, siguro parang she's talking about the pandemic. Paano kung humaba pa daw siya? So, ano daw yung mabibigay ninyong advice?
Si Garett ba? Ako for me, example, education, yung emergency fund mo is 3 months, tas lumagpas ng 3 months. It's possible na you need to liquefy some of yung assets yun yung initially. Pero as much as possible, parang yung fear kasi usually yung nagpapakuha sa atin agad nun. So, ride it out din muna and i-list, ako pinaka nakita ko is i-list mo lahat ng expenses mo, forecasted expenses ngayong pandemic na to. Sabihin natin, nag-increase siya 3 months or 6 months. Huwag naman. Pero with that, i-list down mo and alamin mo how much you'll need. And if you are, by the way, si Jackie Tana, sobrang talented singer and mayroon siyang own page niya na sobrang kasabi siya about yung meron siyang following na natututo sa kanya. With that, you can parang leverage mo yun into how you can create additional income using that. Like, mostly ngayon naman kasi people are creating ways para magkaroon ng donations for other people, di ba? Pero sa sarili natin, parang it's about trying to be disciplined lang with our expenses and identifying kung ilan pa yung kaya natin i-liquidate na ibang assets like sa ma-withdraw like sa mga ibang savings account. And hopefully hindi talaga siya umabot by ng ganung time. Pero time to reassess lang muna. Again, awareness kung nasan ka, and then forecasting. Magaling naman kayo dyan sa forecasting ng how much you need pa. Si Garett, baka meron.
That's right. Garett.
Ano rin sasabihin ko. Pero yun nga, tama, if lumampas itong quarantine period dun sa in-expect natin, dito nalalabas yung creativity natin. We have to find ways, or we have to identify ways on how we can cut back on our expenses. So probably we could review yung mga previous months like what Louis have said. Ano ba yung mga pwede nating tanggalin doon? Baka may pwede tayo muna i-downgrade. Kasi supposedly you prepare for this before the pandemic nandito na tayo ngayon, so very limited na yung options natin, and siguro if you really have to find some other source of income na magagawa mo within the comforts of your home.
And yung long-term na thinking po, like maganda nga din na tinatanong na yan right now kasi like right now, sabi natin we have enough for a month or two, di ba? Pero thinking na paano nga mag-extend, it's a good question kasi parang paano nyo isi-stretch yung current na meron kang money sa ganito karaming months. So parang strategic na yung atake. So yun nga, sabi ni Garett, pwede tayo mag-cut ng ibang mga subscriptions na hindi naman natin ginagamit pa para maiwasan na mabuwas yun sa expenses natin for this month. Parang ganun.
Yes. Okay, Shirley, those are really good answers, guys. I'm just gonna mention this. I'm gonna say hello to our teacher for School for Parents, Miss Maribel Junicio. We love you, Tita.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. If your parents did not teach you the value of saving of 20% while spending, the millennials can decide to save and set goals. That will encourage and inspire you to save. I love that, Tita. I also mentioned this. Tito Boots is mentioning, coming from, when it comes to entrepreneurial appetite, coming from a corporate and multinational drills, that drills you into preparation, but getting into business by yourself, there will be areas of challenges.
Yeah.
When I began in 1993, despite years of corporate, I still had to brace for tough times and I had to do plan A and plan B. Tito, thank you very much po.
Yeah, that's
Tito
a very
Boots.
good point.
Very good point. And Val, thank you pare, Coach. And to a lot of other people who's messaging, thank you guys for for posting I'll bounce back. Talagang we will bounce back together.
We will.
Shirley, will you bounce back?
Yeah, of course. We have to. And we Filipinos are really resilient.
We are resilient. We will adapt. That's one
Yes.
thing I can expect of us. But more than that, we will thrive. We will
Yes.
bounce back. How about you, Garett? Will you bounce back?
Of course, yes, we will bounce back definitely.
Ayan. How about you, Louie? Will you bounce
Yes.
back, Louie?
Yes, of course, we'll bounce back.
Yeah, we have to.
Bounce back. Okay, let's wrap this up. Garett, if they want to know more about you, how can they contact you?
You could please visit yung aming Facebook page, The Bright Millennial, and we also have a website, thebrightmillennial.com. So you could leave a message for me there, or you could leave a message for me directly sa personal Facebook page ko.
Ayan. Yung guy na merong yellow na background nakatingin dito tapos ayun, yan si Garett Maralit. Yan. How about Louie?
Same then, you can follow The Financial Passionate, and also at the personal account if may questions, I'm willing to help and answer questions.
Wow.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
generous.
Guys, you have to follow them. Garett is the founder of Bright Millennials. Sobrang galing na community.
Mhm.
Bright Millennials. Louis Baarde is Financial Passionate. Another one, she provides a lot of information on how you can build your own brand as well. Ang galing ng dalawang to. Natutuwa ako, Shirley, kay Garett, kay Louis. No? Nakakatuwa to mga.
Oo. At saka parang
No?
they create their own community, at the same time visiting their page. Hindi pwede na alis ka dun sa page nila na wala kang matututunan ng mga practical tips.
Oo, that's
Especially
so
in terms
true.
of finances.
Okay, last line, Garett. Just a few one last line of advice for everybody.
Siguro now is the time for us to ask ourselves this question: what can I do personally for me to prepare myself, for me to become stronger financially, for me to be in a stronger financial position, so that I can sleep better at night, knowing na ito may crisis tayo ngayon and probably magkakaroon din ng crisis in the future. So we have to really reflect and learn dito sa nangyari na to.
Yun, I love that.
I love
How
the
about you,
question.
Lucy?
For me, like, tap in all your potentials, your creativity, your critical thinking, tap nyo yun. And with the help of financial education, parang we all need to learn how to earn money in a good economy and in a bad one. So ngayon, we need to be creative in trying to parang cope nga in this type of crisis. And again, tama nga si Garrett, hindi siya once lang naman. Like, it's a cycle naman talaga usually. Pero ito, since the Black Swan, biglaan lang din talaga to. It's important na we equip ourselves the right skills in order for us to survive or in order for us to survive and to thrive in parang any type of economy or in environment.
Okay,
That's right.
ayun. I love those answers. Kailangan, it's time for us to reflect. This is the time for us to rewrite our financial
And
mindset.
assess. Yes, that's right.
Yes, and assess. It's the time for us to build as well. Shirley, I'll just say this episode is brought to you also by Bounce Back PH.
Wow.
thank
Hi,
you,
Bounce Back. Thank you,
for
Bounce
helping us
Back.
out, reach
Yeah,
out
that
to more
page
people.
is really helpful talaga, Ralph, no? Parang that's a community group na they are parang helping each other. So lahat ng mga suppliers about the donations for the frontliners, everything you can find it there.
If you want to donate for the current movement for COVID, please go to Bounce Back PH. Also, if you want to volunteer, go to also to Bounce Back PH. Thank you also Startup PH for always giving us airtime in your group. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Startup PH.
Thank you. Shirley, last line, anong natutunan mo dito?
Siguro Ralph, yung pinaka-greatest lesson ko dito sa session natin, it's really more of, this is the right time for you to face your reality. No? Kasi siguro, yun yung nagiging reason bakit hindi tayo nakakapagplano ng maayos. It's because we are afraid to face the reality na hindi talaga sapat yung kinikita natin. Kaya we're covering it up with so many excuses. Hindi ako makakapag-save kasi I have a lot of this, marami akong gastos, may kapatid akong pinapaaral and those stuff. And I think hindi siya madaling tanggapin, no? Yung acceptance mo na ito lang talaga yung meron ka. So if you face that reality, then that's the time that you can plan your life. That's the time that you can, doon na papasok yung protection, doon na papasok na ano ba talaga yung goals ko ngayon. And siguro itong pandemic na nangyari sa atin ngayon, marami talagang nagulat, marami talagang na-anxious, financial anxiety really kicks in. No? Kung bakit ngayon nakakaramdam sila ng uncertainty, it's because we are not prepared. So let's use this time to really prepare the real battle after this pandemic. So yun, acceptance of the reality, and once you accept that, then definitely you can prepare for the next battle.
Let's prepare. I love that, Shirley. Guys, in the comment section, I'm gonna do my closing message now. Please thank Louie and Garrett.
Thank you, Louie and Garrett.
So I want to say to everyone, this is a perfect time. I hope you learned a lot from Garrett and Louie and from people in the community. This is the perfect time for us to undo the mistake. You cannot undo what happened in the past, but you can definitely change what you do moving forward. Always remember, guys, there's hope. You can bounce back by setting your intention, by changing the way you think about money now, which I will do myself too. And I think everybody in the community will do too. You are going to bounce back so much stronger, guys, that you are going to say one day, after 2 years, 3 years, talking to people over dinner, grabe, nag-improve ako, gumaling ako after the COVID pandemic. And that's something that you'll always be proud of. Thank you, everyone. Let's say goodbye to our viewers.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Stay safe and be healthy.